Katie Pavlich is the news editor at townhall.com and a Fox News contributor. Marianne Marsh is former senior advisor to Secretary of State John Kerry. Welcome to both of you and Happy New Year, ladies. Good to see you again. Happy 2016. So let's dig into this because this is clearly going to be one of the hot button issues in the coming election, and the president wants to make it very clear where he stands on this morning. Katie, why don't you get a first shot at this?
Well, I think we need to go back to why President Obama is bringing gun control into the conversation, and that's because of the San Bernardino attack. And when you look at what happened there, you're looking at a case where terrorists got their firearms from a straw purchaser. And instead of President Obama looking at what he can do to strip rights from law-abiding citizens, he should be asking Loretta Lynch today, who he is meeting with at the Justice Department, why the DOJ has been not prosecuting people like that, straw purchasers. Those cases are down by 40%. President Obama had a chance in 2013 when Democrats controlled Congress, controlled the Senate, to get his gun control agenda passed, and it was killed by Democrats. And so here we are now when he doesn't get what he wants, going around Congress, which, by the way, is going around the American people because the American people elect them to implement his gun control agenda. And legally, he doesn't have a lot of places to go here, but that hasn't stopped him before.
Yeah. All right. So it's clear, Marianne, that a lot of people feel he's taking liberties with his executive actions in this case and that he's got to go through Congress on this one.
Well, he's doing the job that Republicans in Congress won't do. And what the American people understand is when Republicans will let someone on a terrorist watch list buy a gun, they know that no one in Washington is going to do anything, let alone keep them safe. And that's what this has come to. So now you see the president and governors and state legislatures doing the job Congress won't do. Even when Republicans said they would do something on gun control around mental illness, they didn't do it. Just in December, they defeated an amendment that would have flagged online gun shows and other gun shows, would have flagged criminal history and mental health illness, and yet they defeated it. So now everyone knows no one in Washington is going to do anything.
Issue, you know, and also, you know, the issue of how easy it is to get your hands on guns, and why should anyone on the terrorist watch list, and maybe it says more about the terrorist watch list than anything else because it's a big sloppy mess that has a lot of people in it that shouldn't be in it. But Donald Trump brought up this issue of the mental health thing in a way that only Donald Trump can. Watch this.
All they want to do is blame the guns, and it's not the gun that pulls the trigger. So I don't like it. Right now they have plenty of rules and regulations, and they should be looking at mental health. I mean, we should build like institutions for people that are sickos. We have sickos all over the place, and that's the problem.
He says the problem is sickos and not guns, Katie.
Well, it's absolutely true. We have thousands of gun laws on the books, both at the state and federal level. And when it comes to what has been done on the issue of mental health, we have to give credit where credit is due. The NRA, which the president loves to make his #1 target, worked with President George W. Bush to pass legislation that helped make sure mental health patients and people with mental illness did not get their hands on firearms. The National Shooting Sports Foundation has done enormous amounts of work to make sure that states are putting people who are on the mental health list in their states into the national FBI background check system so they can't get their hands on guns. It's the gun lobby that the left likes to, extol and turn into the bad guy that has actually done the real work to make sure that dangerous people don't get their hands on guns. It's not the gun control lobby, it's the gun advocacy lobby that has done the most important work when it comes to mental health in this country.
Marianne's shaking her head. Why?
Well, if that's true, Katie, then it didn't work. And people with mental illness and others, criminal records, people on terrorist watch lists, are able to buy guns like the folks in San Bernardino who got them in another state where those guns were allowed. So it didn't work.
Legally.
And what is the NRA doing now? And what is the NRA doing now to stop mentally ill people, people with criminal records, and terrorists on watch lists from getting guns? They are doing nothing, and people get that. And the fact that nothing happened after Newtown, the fact that nothing happened after Newtown is what turned everybody, because now the gun problem has gotten worse, not better. And it's the blood on everyone's hands in Congress that shows that. Polling, I will tell you right now, what's going to cost Republicans is independent women who see Republicans
like me,
as
who
not
want to
keeping
own a
them safe
firearm
from
for
anything.
self-defense.
Not keeping them safe from anything. Their kids are getting shot in schools. They're getting shot at work. Everybody's getting shot, and the answer is
There's a lot of laws on the
buy
books that are not being implemented, and now we're discussing new ones. But what we all can say quite clearly is that people who shouldn't have their hands on these guns, sick people, as Donald Trump points out, are getting their hands on them, and both of your sides are going to have to figure out some solution to that. Thank you very much, ladies. Good to see you both.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Have a good one.